Hey guys, it's your favorite rogue, paladin, Chirpy. Yeah, paladin. I just got this fresh paladin up to level 70, and we are going to tank our way all the way up to plus 20 keystones. And I'm going to take you guys all along for the ride. If you want to catch this live, make sure to follow the Twitch at twitch.tv/chirpytv, and let's get this going. To make this the full, true pugging experience, we will have a couple rules. 1, I will not link my main account to my paladins, so my main's IO will not show when I applied to the group or when I list my groups. 2, absolutely no help from friends or guildies. The only exception from this is if the leader of the group that I applied to invites someone from my friends list after I've joined the key group, so there is no favoritism. If they get in, but I will not apply to groups that have a friend already in them. 3, if we decide to do raid, it will be pugging only in LFG. So let's see how I started it up. So you see here, I started off doing some M0s in some pretty bad gear, and this is actually before I made the spark pieces, because I completely forgot about the spark pieces before I started running M0s. And the reason I was doing M0s, I did a couple of them, and the reason I did them was not just for gear, but it was to make use of the weekly quests. And this week it was 4 mythic dungeons completed to get a heroic raid piece. So that's what we went and did. I got my heroic raid piece. So be sure to stick through till the end of this segment, and you'll find out exactly what I got in my cache. We finished the dungeon, and at the end, the paladin that was in the group didn't need the chest piece that was looted, so I got a nice little piece of loot there. Very nice. This also gave us our first mythic keystone, so we started with, very luckily, a +2 Shadow Moon, which we'll get into a little later. But for now, we continue the M0 grind. Our next stop on our M0 journey was Nakuda Offensive, and nothing really eventful happened here. It's a pretty clean run. So we just slammed through this and went on to the next one. But we did get another piece of loot. We got some shoulders here, so that's a pretty nice little bonus. Next stop was Algathar, and during the last boss, we had a little visitor come in right at the end. Don't know where this guy came from. But we were able to get through it, and we finished the Algathar Academy, and we only had 1 dungeon left to do to complete our weekly quest. For the last M0, we ran through Reserve Vaults in around like 8 to 9 minutes. We just skipped every piece of trash possible with Rogue Shroud and jumping down the rings. And that gave us our last quest that we needed to finally see what we get out of our Mythic Vault. Or sorry, what we finally get out of our Heroic Vault weekly quest item. As soon as the dungeon was done, I was so excited to see what I got. I was hoping for the ring from Diurna that has Haste Mastery, because that would be a nice 418 item level piece, and that would be absolutely awesome. But instead, we rolled a 402 helm with Avoidance on it. So it could have been better, but could have been a lot worse. And then, of course, we went to the most important part of leveling an alt character, and that is mogging your dragon, because you know we gotta look fresh. With our first day of M0s done, we got our own mog looking pretty nice as well. So after those M0s were done, I remembered that I have 5 sparks to use, so I went crafting orders and we made 5 crafted pieces. Because this is an alt character, we need every advantage we can get, so I went and made my elemental lariat, a weapon, a shield, a trinket, and a ring. And you can see I prioritized haste and mastery on all these. I didn't put a primary gem in yet because I know I'm going to be recrafting this at some point, so I'm not really in a rush to make another crafted piece. The gems are kind of expensive, and I'm on a pretty dead realm as well on this character, so finding a jewel crafter with a rank 3 primary stat gem is pretty hard to come by. I spent a little while in trade chat looking for one, and I could not find a single person to make the gem for me. So this is what I'm using for now. In the next episode, we're going to start doing keys, getting that whole pug experience. So if you want to check that out, make sure you follow the stream at twitch.tv/chirpytv and subscribe to the channel. Put a whole series here so you can watch how I climbed from 0 to hero.